Real quick, I know we're knee deep with the Lions here. Can I just quickly bring something up? There's actually something maybe happening in college football I like. Maybe. It's just refreshing. Texas making the playoff and Quinn Ewers. And look, Quinn Ewers was the $1 million baby and left OSU, goes to Texas, plays. The prevailing thought is that Quinn Ewers will stay in school. Another year of development will help him for long-term success. Let me tell you, that's 100% correct. I think Ewers is good. I don't think he's great. He needs to stay in school. But you know what I'm more happy to hear? That Arch Manning is probably not going to duck and run and hit the portal.
See, I thought that Manning was going to leave if that happened.
Report right now I was just reading is, look, first thing people forget is, yes, his last name is amazing. Do you know where he played football at in high school?
Yeah. Some
tiny little school in New Orleans.
Private school.
Carson Newman or whatever it is. Frail, tiny football. Get his body in order year one, learn the playbook, etc. If he sat behind Ewers next year, what's really the harm? He's already making seven figures. He will still be in line to be the starting quarterback at Texas for up to 2 years. And let's face it, if Arch Manning's good as a junior, he'll be the number one pick in the NFL draft. Like, what's the problem? It's actually refreshing to see two guys making what I think are decent choices here.
I think the only problem for Texas is you hope that he's not like DJ Ungalungalele. I think I said that right.
You know what that means in Polynesian?
No, but where
guy stinks.
No, but you waited thinking, okay, well, this guy's sitting behind our guy, and he's going to step in, and he's going to be the next QB.
When he was sitting behind Trevor Lawrence.
And he wasn't.
I know. You can't bat 1,000.
Right, no, I'm saying that's the only risk that happens is you just all right, we're going to keep this train rolling, and it's off the track.
I told Cookies, CMU ought to give DJU a call. That's probably the appropriate level.
No.
He barely completes 55%
Mike,
of his passes.
Congratulations. You just described pretty much every quarterback in college.
Okay.
So, I mean, at some point.
What major program should welcome that kid to them? Tell me where he should go. Mind you, he went from Clemson to Corvallis, Oregon.
Either you take somebody like that or you just go with a true freshman who probably kills your season anyway.
DJU to Toledo. Light the candle.
I was going to say Idaho.
They don't have a program anymore, but thank you for playing.
No, I still think he's Power 5.
Well, then that's exactly where he should go.
He's still going to go Power 5.
Just keep him as far away from East Lansing as possible. Let's go to the ticket text, and we'll get to the callers. And we've got our bowl madness to do. David and Kenny have been hard at work in the lab on this. David.
The expectation before the season was win a playoff game, but we all got a bit too wrapped up in those early wins. Hosting a playoff game and winning is still the goal.
Yes, agreed.
Lions are 14-3 and can play with anyone. They will be in the NFC Championship game. Those are my expectations.
I think you have a great chance to be disappointed.
Told my friends the expectation for the Lions should be 11-13 wins, division home playoff game, second round exit. We are still there. I am happy.
Right. Like if they finish the year 12-5, win the division, host a playoff game, win it. Smashing success. But they got to win a playoff game. My happiness will be tied to winning a playoff game.
The deal breaker is winning the playoff game.
Yeah. I mean, Rico, think about in this town. You got to start changing your history. Winning a playoff game has been this elusive thing for this franchise.
And I said it earlier this year. Now, it would be tragic if you don't have a home playoff. You just have to win. I don't care where the playoff game's at. You just got to win that game.
That's David, quickly.
It's fine, guys. I'm sure Broderick Martin is a nice, friendly guy who fits the culture of this team. Everything is just fine here.
Okay, all right. Well, you know what?
You can smell the sarcasm.
Right. He's working at the cafeteria currently. I mean,
but that's what they said. Well, we don't need anybody on the defensive line. Culture.
Third round pick, cardboard cutout. Ian. No. Ian, how are you?
Doing well, guys. How are you?
Good, buddy.
Hey.
So with the Lions, I think we can improve your job application analogy a little bit here. And you guys obviously know this working in the media, but for the people who don't know, when you apply for a media job, you have to submit what's called a reel, which is, evidence of your past work.
Sure.
Yep.
The Lions thought they could just get away with the resume and the references. They decided, we don't need to submit a reel, which would be, in this case, adding somebody to the defense. and thought they were just a shoe-in for the job. And it ended up costing them the job. And now they're looking at somebody else, taking their spot, and they got to have the sad pizza as they go back to their old place of work. As far as my expectations for the season, I'll still be content with them winning a playoff game and winning the division. But, again, it goes back to we could have been in that NFC championship conversation had we just decided to go out and pick up a Chase Young or a Montez Sweat. And then those expectations could have been elevated. It's so terrible to sit here and listen every week as people say, well, we're only in year 3 of a rebuild. Like, well, how long are we supposed to wait around for a championship team when championship team was attainable this year if we had just added 1 or 2 more pieces?
I'm with you. And Rico has said it. When the window opens up, you got to go.
Yeah.
I wish they would have made a move. I really do. And Ian, I'm not saying do irresponsible things, but whether it was Young or Sweat, those are players you want for the long haul.
Yeah, no, you don't have to break the bank, but it was right there in front of you this year had you just added 1 or 2 more pieces to the line. And I like the Irvin pickup, but if you were going to add a guy like that anyway, then why not go after someone in free agency if that was your plan all along?
I agree totally. And Ian, unfortunately, that's probably going to be their undoing when the season ends. That this defensive line is wholly incapable of producing any pressure on the quarterback. And it's it's scary. It's very scary.
It's a shame.
I agree. And if you don't think Montez Sweat matters, look at the difference in the Bears defense since acquiring him. He's been a game changer. And same thing. I mean, Chase Young goes to the Niners. They got about 20 sacks in the 4 weeks he's been there. Before Chase Young arrived, they were 25th in sacks. They were useless. It matters.
Yeah, especially when you saw the Chase Young, just a conditional 3rd-round pick maybe.
What do you want me to say, man?
No. That was the frustrating
only blessing
thing
of that non-move was this.
You're right.
It's the only blessing.
We all win.
A community award.